Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Stapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharma swarupine Stapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharma swarupine Avatara varishtaya Ramakrishnaya te namah. Asato ma sadgamaya Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya Mrityorma mritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let us offer our salutations to Sri Ramakrishna, the embodiment of all religions, the Supreme God Incarnate, who came to establish universal religion. Let us pray to Him to lead us from the unreal to the real, to lead us from the darkness of ignorance to the light of knowledge, to lead us from death to immortality. We have been studying Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. Today's topic I have chosen from the Gospel. Obstacles prepare us for the spiritual journey. In God's play, everything has got its value. So, obstacles, difficult situations, they all there to turn mind towards God. Sri Ramakrishna was speaking to the actor. One cannot completely get rid of the 6 passions, lust, anger, greed and the like. They are really the enemies of the man. They ruin the person totally. They are main obstructions in our life. They make the person more and more worldly and completely destroys all the human qualities in the person. So what is the way? Sri Ramakrishna shows the way. No doubt they are there in every one of us. All these 6 passions are there. But we should direct them to God. So he is giving a new direction to these 6 passions. Sri Ramakrishna says, if you must have desire and greed, then you should desire love of God and be greedy to attain Him. So, use the desire and greed towards that end. If you must be conceited and egotistic, then feel conceited and egotistic, thinking that you are the servant of God, that you are the child of God. If you have this attitude, then all these passions will not harm you. On the other hand, they take you towards God. Sri Ramakrishna says further, it is mind that is responsible. So, a man cannot see God unless he gives his whole mind to Him. These are Sri Ramakrishna's words. Whole mind should be given. That means we must give training to the mind so that it is occupied with the spiritual ideas. But what is happening? Mind is wasted on lust and gold. He tells to the actor, take your own case. You have children and you are occupied with the theatre. So the mind cannot be united with God on account of these different activities. As long as there is bhoga, there will be less of yoga. Furthermore, bhoga begets suffering. It is said in the Bhagavad that the Avadhut chose a kite as one of his 24 gurus. The kite had a fish in its beak, and so it was surrounded by thousands of crows, 1,000 crows. Whichever way the kite flew with the fish, the crows pursued it, crying, ka, ka. And all of a sudden the fish dropped from its beak. The crows flew after the fish, leaving the kite alone. Now Sri Ramakrishna explains. It was the fish that was responsible for the suffering of the kite. What is that fish? That fish is the object of enjoyment. The crows, they are worries and anxiety. Worries and anxiety are inevitable with enjoyment. No sooner does one give up enjoyment than one finds peace. What is more, money itself becomes a source of trouble. Brothers may live happily, but they get into trouble when the property is divided. Dogs lick one another's bodies. They are perfectly friendly. But when the householder throws them a little food, they get into a scrap. Then he advises the actor, come here now and then, pointing to him and others. Sri Ramakrishna said, they come here on Sundays and other holidays. Sri Ramakrishna said, be on friendly terms with your brothers. It looks well. You must have noticed in your theatrical performance that if 4 singers sing each in a different way, the play is spoiled. Actor said, yes sir, many birds are trapped in a net. If they all fly together and drag the net in one direction, then many of them may be saved. But that doesn't happen if they try to fly in different directions. One also sees in a theatrical performance a person keeping a pitcher of water on his head and at the same time dancing about. Master said, live in the world, but keep the pitcher steady on your head. That is to say, keep the mind firmly on God. I once said to the Sipais from the barracks, do your duty in the world, but remember that the pestle of death will sometimes smash your hand. Be alert about it. There was once a man who on a tree outside his home noticed a beautifully woven cocoon. He carefully watched the cocoon every day in order to catch the first glimpse of the beautiful butterfly he knew would emerge. Finally one day he saw a tiny hole in the cocoon which grew quickly as the hours passed. He sat watching the butterfly break her way out of the cocoon. However, suddenly he noticed that it seemed the butterfly had stopped making progress. The hole did not get any larger, and the butterfly seemed to be struck. The cocoon was bouncing up and down on the branch as the butterfly tried to squeeze herself unsuccessfully through the hole she had created. The man watched in dismay, as it seemed his butterfly would not be able to emerge. Finally, he went inside, took a small pair of scissors, and carefully cut the cocoon, allowing the butterfly to emerge easily. However, the butterfly immediately dropped to the ground instead of soaring gracefully into the sky as he imagined she would. The man noticed that the butter's stomach was swollen and distended, but her wings were small and shriveled, explaining her inability to fly. He assumed that after some time the stomach would shrink and the wings would expand and she would fly in her fullest glory. However, this was never to be. The man did not know that it was the very act of forcing her body through the tiny hole in the cocoon which pushed all the fluid from her stomach into her wings. Without that external pressure, the stomach would always be swollen and the wings would always be shriveled. In life too, frequently, we avoid the challenges, looking for the easy way out. We look for people who will cut our cocoons so that we never have to work and push our way through anything. However, little do we realize that it is going through those times of difficulty which prepare us for the road ahead. The obstacles in our path are God's way of making us able to fly. With every bit of pushing and struggling, our wings become fuller and fuller. So frequently we hear people say, "Oh, why has God given me so much strife? Why has He put so many obstacles in my path? Why is He punishing me?" And so on. We must realize these are not punishments. Sure, karma plays a large role in what we receive in this lifetime. But even the things that seem like bad karma are actually opportunities for growth. Even an extra small hole to squeeze through is actually an opportunity for our wings to expand to great lengths. So let us learn to take our challenges for what they are, rather than looking around for a different hole or for someone with a pair of scissors. These things may help us quickly through the cocoon, but we will be unable to fly in life. So we must have spiritual attitude towards things happening to our life. Sometimes struggles are exactly what we need in our lives. If God allowed us to go through our lives without any obstacles, it would cripple us. We would not be as strong as we could have been. We could never fly. There is a saying, "I asked for strength and God gave me difficulties to make me strong. I asked for wisdom and God gave me problems to solve. I asked for prosperity and God gave me brains and brawn to work. I asked for courage and God gave me danger to overcome. I asked for love and God gave me troubled people to help. I asked for favors and God gave me opportunities. I received nothing I wanted. I received everything I needed." Beautiful saying. We must search for the seed of good in every adversity. Master that principle and you will own a precious shield that will guard you well through all the darkest valleys you must traverse. Stars may be seen from the bottom of a deep well, when they cannot be discerned from the mountain top. So will you learn things in adversity that you would not have discovered without trouble. There is always a seed of good. We should find it and prosper. That's the way we should look into obstacles. Once we recognize the fact that every individual is a treasury of hidden and unsuspected qualities, our lives become richer, our judgment better, and our world is more right. It is not love that is blind, it is only the unnoticing eye, EYE, that cannot see the real qualities of people. Faith is not something to grasp, it's a state to grow into. If you are worried about something you can't solve, forget about it and stop worrying, because there is nothing you can do about it. Just accept it. And if you are worried about something you can solve, don't worry about it, because it is something you can solve. Deal with it. Therefore, there really is not any reason why people should worry. So spend your worrying time doing something positive. Positive outlook. That's very important. Every day is a challenge. It is not about how much money we can make, how popular we can be, how to achieve perfection and be the greatest, but how to be genuine, be a true friend, how to be humble, how to be strong, how to share ourselves based on what we have and make a difference. It is difficult, but with faith and wisdom, challenge yourself. It is hard knowing that the test we face each day has something to do with ourselves. Think positive. If your mind is full of good things, you will attract good things. Don't be afraid. There are experiences in life that can be hard, but if you just turn bad things into positive things, everything can be possible. Life is full of people and situations that make you feel so hurt and offended by what they say or do. But you should always remember, everyone cries and everyone lies, but no one deserves to feel that they are alone. So no matter what you are going through, there is always someone who will take the time to listen to you. They will all tell you, just be true to yourself, and remember, after the rains soon comes the sun to brighten up your day in each and every way. So don't ever lose hope. Life consists of happiness and unhappiness. It is attitude that determines which one outweighs the other. All things are either blessings or blessings in disguise. Holy Mother also has said, the difficulties are blessings in disguise. God hears our prayers. He will bless us. In fact, He will come to us to help us out when we really need Him. It is our own mental attitude that makes the world what it is for us. Our thoughts make things beautiful. Our thoughts make things ugly. The whole world is in our own minds. We should learn to see things in the proper light. First, believe in this world that there is meaning behind everything. Everything in the world is good, is holy and beautiful. If you think that the whole world is permeated by God, then you will have this attitude. If you see something evil, think that you do not understand it in the right light. Throw the burden on yourself. These are the words of Swami Vivekananda. When confronted with obstacles, you must persevere and endure. You have made it this far, and you must remember you are in control. You determine what you can do and where you are going. Never let anyone else drag you down and tell you otherwise. You can do whatever you believe you can. Life is not determined by what we are given, but by how we choose to use it. As far as my today is better than my yesterday, my tomorrow will be better than my today. It is certain that I am not static, although I may be moving slowly. Today I am not where I was yesterday, and so by tomorrow I won't be where I am today. If God can turn night into day, He can turn a burden into a blessing. If you fail and feel the pain, that's a good sign. It means you are given more chances to try again. It also means you are human. Might is equal to the strength of our faith. When you feel like all hope is lost and no one seems to listen to you, open up your heart to God, for He will always be there to listen, to help you through the rough times, and to be a friend. He is the best friend you could ever have. All you have to do is ask. When Swami Vivekananda was undergoing suffering due to poverty in the home, after the sudden passing away of his father, he was greatly worried and became tense. He came to Sri Ramakrishna for help. Sri Ramakrishna told him, why can't you go to mother and ask her? She will remove all your burdens. She will make it everything perfect. And Swami Vivekananda did as Sri Ramakrishna instructed. So, finally Swamiji accepted the Divine Mother's play, and he really felt that Mother is helping everyone in this world. Adversity has its own way in bringing out the best in people. Swami Chidananda ji, one of the direct disciples of Sri Ramakrishna, he used to say, can you tell me of any work that is wholly free from hindrance? And the obstruction becomes great in proportion as the work is great. The power of the soul is awakened as a result of that clash. Swami Turiyananji said, another direct disciple, circumstances may or may not be favorable, but who cares? We must strain every nerve to accomplish the thing. If you are determined to do it at any cost, you will find that great obstacles which you thought would overpower you ultimately turn out to help you. But you must struggle sincerely. Struggle. Swami Subodhanji said, you complain of restlessness during japa. There is nothing peculiar in your case. Many others are in the same predicament. Still you must never cease from calling on the Lord. And know this for certain, that the Lord's name cuts through all obstacles. There's tremendous power in God's name. Sri Ramakrishna also used to say, repeat God's name. Lord Krishna also has said in the Gita, Sarveshu Kaleshu Mamanusmara. Always remember me. So we must have some positive approach towards life. How should we consider life? Life is a journey. It's a journey filled with lessons, hardships, heartaches, joys, celebrations, and special moments that will ultimately lead us to our destination, our purpose in life. The idea is we must go towards God, towards the reality, towards our true self, the source of all happiness. That is the freedom. When we achieve that freedom, we will be in absolute peace and happiness. The road will not always be smooth. In fact, throughout our travels, we will encounter many challenges. Some of these challenges will test our courage, strengths, weaknesses, and faith. Along the way, we must stumble upon obstacles that will come between the paths that we are destined to take. In order to follow the right path, we must overcome these obstacles. Sometimes these obstacles are really blessings in disguise. Only we don't realize that at the time. Along our journey, we will be confronted with many situations. Some will be filled with joy, and some will be filled with heartache. How we react to what we are faced will determine what kind of outcome the rest of our journey through life will be like. When things don't always go our way, we have two choices in dealing with the situations. We can focus on the fact that things didn't go how we had hoped they would add, how we had hoped they would, and let life pass us by. Or we can make the best out of the situation and know that these are only temporary setbacks and find the lessons that are to be learned. Time stops for no one. And if we allow ourselves to focus on the negative, we might miss out on some really amazing things that life has to offer. We can't go back to the past. We can only take the lessons that we have learned and the experiences that we have gained from it and move on. It is because of the heartaches as well as the hardships that in the end help to make us a stronger person. The people that we meet on our journey are people that we are destined to meet. Everybody comes into our lives for some reason or another, and we don't always know their purpose until it is too late. They all play some kind of role. Some may stay for a lifetime, others may only stay for a short while. It is often the people who stay for only a short time that end up making a lasting impression, not only in our lives, but in our hearts as well. Although we may not realize it at the time, they will make a difference and change our lives in a way we never could imagine. To think that one person can have such a profound effect on our life forever is truly a blessing. It is because of these encounters that we learn some of life's best lessons, and sometimes we even learn a little bit about ourselves. People will come and go into our lives quickly, but sometimes we are lucky to meet that one special person that will stay in our hearts forever, no matter what. Even though we may not always end up being with that person, and they may not always stay in our life for as long as we like, the lessons that we have learned from them and the experiences that we have gained from meeting that person will stay with us forever. If these things that will give us strength to continue with our journey, it is these things that will give us strength to continue with our journey. We know that we can always look back on those times of our past and know that because of that one individual, we are who we are, and we can remember the wonderful moments that we have shared with that person. Memories are priceless treasures that we can cherish forever in our hearts. They also enable us to go on with our journey for whatever life has in store for us. Sometimes all it takes is one special person to help us look inside ourselves and find a whole different person that we never knew existed. Our eyes are suddenly opened to a world we never knew existed. A world where time is so precious and moments never seem to last long enough. Throughout this adventure, people will give you advice and insights on how to live your life, but when it all comes down to it, you must always do what you feel is right. Always follow your heart, and most importantly, never have any regrets. Don't hold anything back. Say what you want to say and do what you want to do, because sometimes we don't get a second chance to say or do what we should have the first time around. It's often said that what doesn't kill you will make you stronger. It all depends on how one defines the word strong. It can have different meanings in different people. In this sense, stronger means looking back at the person you were and comparing it to the person you have become today. It also means looking deep into your soul and realizing that the person you are today couldn't exist if it were not for the things that have happened in the past or for the people that you have met. Everything that happens in our life happens for a reason, and sometimes that means we must face heartaches in order to experience joy. Open your mind, confront your fears, and take the risk. Chart your journey today. Let God expand your horizons. Whether you are looking for a new opportunity or a new life, take the first step. Seize the opportunity and dare to soar. If I give up, I will never see the purpose that lies behind every trial. If I say it's over, I will never experience the happiness that another chance gives to those who have the courage to face the challenge. But if I go on and say, I can do it, in time I will discover how good I am in rising above all difficulties with faith in myself, in the Lord, and what I can do. We must forget the mistakes of the past and press on to the greater achievements of the future. We must give so much time to the improvement of ourselves that we have no time to criticize others. We must be too large for worry, too noble for anger, too strong for fear, and too happy to permit the presence of trouble. Life is full of struggle, and survival is its aim. At times we are up, and at times we are down, and during these triumphs we have a lot of people to extend our greatest gratitude, including our very own self, for the hard work and self-confidence. As you travel on life's way with its many ups and downs, remember, it's quite true to say, one smile is worth a dozen frowns. We have to be persons of hope. Let us focus on the positive side of life. There are certain lessons of grace that can be learned only in the valley of pain and distress. There was once a king. He placed a heavy stone in the roadway. Then he hid and waited to see who would remove it. Many people who came by loudly blamed the government for not keeping the highways clear. But none assumed the duty of pushing the obstacle out of the way. At last, a poor peasant stopped and rolled it into the gutter. To his surprise, the poor peasant found a bag full of gold embedded in the road beneath the spot where the rock had been. A note said, it was a king's reward for anyone who removed the troublesome object. So too, God has hidden a blessing under every trial. The obstacles on our path are placed there for a purpose. By them, God tests our faithfulness, turns our attention towards Him, and gives us opportunity for spiritual reward. Hidden under the rock of trial that has brought us very low is a special blessing. We should take our burden to God, and in time you will find the divine favor. Let us trust in our troubles. God is loving, kind, and wise, and most often trials and troubles are our blessings in disguise. So, if we have this attitude towards the difficult situations, obstacles in course of our life, we should not get perturbed. On the other hand, we should treat them as blessings. It is possible only when we have spiritual attitude to our life. So the whole life should be spiritually oriented. Then only it is possible that we can have positive attitude. So everything in this universe has got its value. God has different purpose to inculcate faith and devotion in us. Difficulties come, and we should learn lesson through difficulties. Aladar said, Dr. Srinath studies Vedanta. He is a student of the Yoga Vasishta. Sri Ramakrishna said, a householder should not hold the view that everything is illusory like a dream. Referring to a man named Kalidas, a devotee said, he too discusses Vedanta, but he has lost all his money in lawsuits. Master said smilingly, yes, one proclaims everything to be Maya and still one goes to court. To Rakal, Sri Ramakrishna said, Mukherjee of Janai too talked big, but at last he came to his senses. If I were well, Sri Ramakrishna said, I should have talked a little more with Dr. Srinath. Can one obtain jnana just by talking about it? Haldar said, "You are right, sir. I have seen enough of jnana. Now all I need in order to live in the world is a little bhakti. The other day I came to you with a problem on my mind and you solved it." Master said eagerly, asked him, "What was it?" Haldar said, "Sir, when that boy," pointing to younger Naren, "when he came in, you said he had controlled his passions." Master said, "Yes, it is true. He is totally unaffected by worldliness. He says he doesn't know what lust is." To him, Sri Ramakrishna said, "Just feel my body. All the hair is standing on end." The Master's hair actually stood on end at the thought of a pure mind totally devoid of lust. He always said that God manifests himself where there is no lust. Rakal Haladar took his leave. Sri Ramakrishna was seated with the devotees. A crazy woman had been troubling everybody in order to see the Master. She had assumed toward him the attitude of a lover and often ran into the garden house and burst into the Master's room. She had even been beaten by the devotees, but that did not stop her. Shashi said, "If she comes again, I shall show her out of the place." Master said tenderly, "No, no, no. Let her come and go away." Rakal said, "At the beginning I too used to feel jealous of others when they visited the Master, but he graciously revealed to me that my Guru is also the Guru of the universe. Has he taken this birth only for a few of us?" Shashi said, "I don't mean that. But why should she trouble him when he is ill? And she is such a nuisance." Rakal said, "We all give him trouble. Did we all come to him after attaining perfection? Haven't we caused him suffering? How Narendra and some of the others behaved in the beginning? How they argued with him?" Shashi said, "Whatever Narendra expressed in words, he carried out in his actions." Rakal said, "How rude Dr. Sarkar has been to him. No one is guileless, if it comes to that." Master said to Rakal tenderly, "Will you eat something?" Rakal said, "No, not now, later on." Sri Ramakrishna asked him by a sign whether he was going to have his meal there. Rakal said to him, "Please take your meal here. He is asking you to." Sri Ramakrishna was seated completely naked. He looked like a 5-year-old boy. Just then a crazy woman climbed the stairs and stood near the door. Yam in a low voice to Shashi, "Ask her to salute him and go away. Don't make any fuss." Shashi took her downstairs. It was the first day of the Bengali year. Many women devotees arrived. They saluted Sri Ramakrishna and the Holy Mother. Among them were the wives of Balram and Manomohan and the Brahmani of Bhagabazar. Several of them had brought their children along. Some of the women offered flowers at the Master's feet. 2 young girls, 9 or 10 years of age, sang a few songs. First they sang, "We mourn for rest. Alas, but rest can never find. We know not whence we come, nor where we float away. Time and again we tread this round of smiles and tears. In vain we pine to know whither our pathway leads, and why we play this empty play." Then, "There comes Radha, and there see your Krishna, with arching eyes, and the flute at his lips." And finally they sang, "O tongue, always repeat the name of Mother Durga. Who but your Mother Durga will save you in distress?" Sri Ramakrishna said by a sign, "That's good. They are singing of the Divine Mother." The Brahmani of the Bagh Bazaar had the nature of a child. Sri Ramakrishna told Rakhal by a sign to ask her to sing. The devotee smiled as the Brahmani sang, "O Hari, I shall sport with you today, for I have found you alone in the Nidhu wood." The women devotees went downstairs. It was afternoon. M and a few other devotees were seated near the Master. Narendra came in. He looked, as the Master used to say, like an unsheathed sword. Narendra sat down near the master and within his hearing expressed his utter annoyance with women. He told the devotees what an obstacle women were in the path of God realization. Sri Ramakrishna made no response. He listened to Narendra. Narendra said again, I want peace. I do not care even for God. Sri Ramakrishna looked at him intently without uttering a word. Now and then Narendra chanted, Brahman is truth, knowledge the infinite. Shall stop here. Any questions you want to ask? How to solve the problems? Page 428. 428. Goes. Advice to an actor. That's the chapter it begins. Saturday, May 24th, 1884. That chapter starts on page 427, but I have taken the passage from 428. Same chapter. Advice to an actor. Advice to an actor. That's the name of the chapter. Anything else? Name is not given there. Who? No question? Alright. We have another program coming up in October 12th on Vijayadashmi Day. Bhumi Puja will be performed morning at 10 a.m. on Wednesday, October 12th at our Sri Ramakrishna Universal Temple site. This ceremony will mark the beginning of the construction. We hope to complete the site development and lay the foundation. All are invited to join us for the inauguration of the temple construction. Chant the name of the Lord and His glory unceasingly, that the mirror of the heart may be wiped clean and quench that mighty forest fire, worldly lust raging furiously within. Our name streamed down in moonlight on the lotus heart, opening its cup to knowledge of thyself, O self, down deep in the waves of His bliss, tasting His nectar at every step, bathing in His name that baths for very selves. Various are thy names, O Lord, in each and every name thy power resides. No times are set, no rites are needful for chanting of thy name. So vast is thy mercy. How huge then is my wretchedness, who find in this empty life and heart no devotion to thy name. O my mind, be humbler than a blade of grass. Be patient and forbearing like a tree. Take no honor to thyself, give honor to all. Chant unceasingly the name of the Lord. O Lord and soul of the universe, mine is no prayer for wealth or retinue. The playthings of lust or the ties of fame. As many times as I may be reborn, grant me, O Lord, a steadfast love for thee. A drowning man in this world's fearful ocean is thy servant, O sweet one. In thy mercy, consider him as dust beneath thy feet. How I long for the day when an instant separation from thee, O Lord, will be as 1,000 years, when my heart burns away with its desire, and the world without thee is a heartless void. Prostrate at thy feet let me be, in unwavering devotion, neither imploring the embrace of thine arms, nor bewailing the withdrawal of thy presence, though it tears my soul asunder. O thou who stillest the hearts of thy devotees, do with me what thou wilt, but thou art my heart's beloved, thou and thou alone. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real, lead us from darkness to light, and lead us from death to immortality. May all be free from dangers, may all realize what is good, may all be actuated by noble thoughts, may all rejoice everywhere. May all be happy, may all be free from disease, may all realize what is good, may none be subject to misery. May the wicked become virtuous, may the virtuous attain tranquility, may the tranquil be freed from bonds, may the freed make others free. May good be done to all people, may the sovereign righteously rule the earth, may all beings ever attain what is good, may the worlds be prosperous and happy. May the clouds pour rain in time, may the earth be blessed with crops, may all countries be freed from calamity, may holy men live without fear. May the Lord, the destroyer of sins, the presiding deity of all sacred works, be satisfied, for he being pleased, the whole universe becomes pleased, he being satisfied, the whole universe feels satisfied.